If you are new to Etsy and your brain currently feels like it's got 43 tabs open, this episode is going to be for you. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly what to focus on this week, why doing more is actually slowing you down, not doing what you hope it would, and the one thing you need to stop doing immediately if you want sales to even feel possible for you again. And here's a question that I want you to sit with whilst you listen, whilst you watch, because there is a podcast version of this and a video version of this, is what if the reason this feels hard isn't because you're bad at your business and your products suck, but it's because you're doing it in the wrong order? And that is what today is going to be all about. If you are new here, hello, my name is Steph. Every single week I'm bringing you little mini classes like this because I no longer want to see crappy content on YouTube, on podcasts that is designed to make you click, but doesn't actually give you anything in return. I'm on a mission to stop that. So that is why I've got the iPad on screen. If you're watching the video version, I'm actually going to be teaching you something rather than just adding a bunch of noise to your life. So if that sounds good to you and you want your business to be simple, subscribe if you're listening on the podcast, or if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, because every single Wednesday I am bringing you out a class like this one. When you are new to Etsy, right, everything feels very overwhelming because your algorithm on social media and wherever else begins to kick in, right? And what you end up seeing is people telling you should be on TikTok, you should be on Instagram, you should be doing this, you should be doing Pinterest, you should be doing that, all whilst you're like, where do I start? What do I do? Someone help me. And the majority of people are like, I've listed a few things and maybe I've gotten a few sales, maybe I've got nothing, but I don't know what to do because I feel like, Steph, I'm working all the hours under the sun. I feel like I'm being productive, but honestly now I don't know if I'm actually working on the right stuff. You are exactly who this episode is for, so stick with it. So here's a mistake that I see happening over and over again is that new sellers, they sit down and go, this week I need to do, are you ready for this? I need to improve my photos, rewrite my descriptions, learn SEO, post on Instagram, start TikTok, design a logo, fix my banner, watch YouTube videos, Google Etsy SEO for the gazillionth time, and maybe cry a little bit if there's time. That is not a plan. That is a fast track to burnout, and honestly a fast track to you ending up resenting your entire business and never working on it again. And then inevitably your friends and family, they go, hey, how's that little Etsy business going? And you go, oh, well, I haven't really had time to work on it, which is kind of an excuse. Really deep down you're thinking, I don't want to work on it because I feel like I'm failing. So on screen now, if you're watching the video version of this, you are going to see a very poorly drawn table, okay? I want you to imagine your business right now like a slightly wobbly table. When a table wobbles, right, you don't sand all four legs, you don't buy new wood, you don't research carpentry, you don't replace the screws, no. You pick one leg to focus on, you stabilize it, and then you move on. That is how a handmade business momentum should work. I'm going to share with you now that if you're new, the listings leg matters the most because traffic without clarity just means more people are passing through your shop. Do you know what I mean? So actually your listings are what matters the most. So this week's focus for you is your job is to make one listing easier to buy, okay? Easier to buy. Not prettier, not more aesthetic, not more on brand, easier to buy. A confused mind says no, we know this. And honestly, I see this happen a lot. People will focus on doing all the things because they think that's what a business owner should do. Now, be damned with what everybody else says a business owner should be doing this and this and this. No, because when you're new, you have a certain list, a certain set of things that you need to do first before anybody else has their opinion on what they think you should be doing, okay? So you need to make your listings easier to buy. And for your homework, I actually just want you to focus on one this week. So what does easier to buy actually mean? Because it's very easy for me to go, make it easy to buy. But for a lot of people, they're like, yeah, cool, but how though? So we want to ask ourselves 3 really powerful questions, okay? Number 1, is it instantly clear who it's for? Okay, that's the first question. Is it instantly clear who it is for? not what it's made of, not your process, who it is actually for, okay? Is it a gift for a new mum? Is it a minimalist office wall art? Is it a personalized teacher thank you gift? You have to make your entire listing centered around this thing, okay? So let's say it's a new mum gift. Everything in that listing needs to be centered around that use. This is where a lot of people, they trip up, is that they think, oh, I'm going to cram everything this could possibly be used for all in one listing, which then kind of dilutes your message. So you might have a initial mug, okay? One like I'm holding up on screen right now, which has got my cold tea in, which I'm not going to drink. But you might have that and you might be thinking, well, this could be a new mum gift. It could be a first Mother's Day gift, but it could also be an office gift. It could also be a co-worker gift. What I'm saying to you is you don't want to be putting all of those terms in one listing. Like, you actually want to set your entire listing up for just one of those things. So let's say it's a new mum gift. Dress your photos to attract new mums or people buying for new mums. Dress your photos up to be a bit more like an office gift. Make your titles like a tribute to either one of those uses. Like, you do not want to cram all uses, all who it's for, all in one listing. It confuses people. Now, the second thing is it instantly clear why someone would want it? And I'm begging you, please do not put anywhere in your listing handmade with love. Like, I love handmade products, as you can imagine, doing what I do, but I can't stand it when I see a listing that just says handmade with love. I'm like, that's so vague. Like, why does it matter to the buyer? Handmade with love, it is just nothing. It doesn't spark anything with the buyer. Does it solve a problem? Does it make gifting easier? Does it save time? Does it feel meaningful? If that is not clear, that is your first job to fix. Now, notice in each one of these three things, I'm like, it has to be clear. Now, you'll notice that each one of these three things is it instantly clear? That's what it starts with. And that's the problem. That's the core problem that I see. Beginners just want to like layer in all of these additions to make their listings look fancy and feel fancy. But the thing that we should be focusing on first is it instantly clear? The third thing here is it instantly clear what happens after they buy? What I mean here is size, delivery time, what turns up, how to personalize, if that's an option for you, how it comes packaged, any questions that the buyer might have. If someone has to message you just to understand the basics, the listing is not going to convert. Because my rule of thumb is like, hey, for every one person who's actually bothering to send a message to you to ask you these questions, there's probably 50 who's viewed your listings that cannot be bothered. So going back to our table, right, we can see that our 4 legs of our table, you've got listings, you've got traffic, you've got branding, you've got social media. But all I'm asking you to focus on for this week is your listings only. Stop tweaking things like your banner, redesigning your logo, adding 5 new products because you just thought they looked nice, watching another SEO tutorial on TikTok. It's busy work, right? Dressed up as progress. And I honestly do get it. Like, it feels productive. It feels safer to keep busy rather than admitting that something isn't really clicking, something isn't really working. But sales come from this thing on screen here. Sales come from making your listings extremely clear, making it instantly clear who it's for, making it instantly clear why someone would want to buy it, and making it instantly clear what happens after they buy. Now, I have something below for you. It's called Fast Action Sales Fixes. And because when you're new and when things feel really, really messy, the worst thing you can do is give yourself a longer to-do list. That little tiny product, and it's so cheap and it's going to make such a difference for you, is basically a short, calm checklist of what to fix first when sales feel slow. So I'm going to link that for you below. Take a little look, 'cause it's just going to be so good for you. Now, I want to bring back Sam versus Lydia. These are two comparative characters. If you've listened to any of my podcasts before, you know about Sam versus Lydia. It's just to basically ground everything that I've said in real life. So see where you identify with. Is it more Sam? Is it more Lydia? So Sam, she opens Etsy, sees no sales overnight. She panics and decides the solution is just to change something, just to change stuff. Photos, prices, keywords. She deletes a couple of listings. She adds 3 more. She's watching all sorts of like gurus saying to do this, try this, do this. She goes to bed feeling very annoyed because she's like, I've worked all day and I don't see this. A week later, for Sam, nothing has really changed. So she concludes Etsy is oversaturated. It doesn't work for new business owners, and quietly just loses confidence, and her shop just kind of sits there. Now, Lydia, on the other hand, Lydia also has no sales, but instead of spiraling, she picks one listing and she goes, right, I'm going to make this like stupidly clear. Like what Steph has said, I am going to make this listing stupidly clear for people, okay? She rewrites the title so that it sounds human. She updates the first 3 lines of the description to answer buyer questions. She fixes one confusing photo. She does not touch anything else. A few days later, someone favorites it. Brilliant. Not a sale yet, but it's progress. Then a week later, that same person actually buys it. Not because Lydia worked harder, but because she worked in the right order. And that is the difference between Sam versus Lydia. So your homework for this week is I want you to pick one listing and run it through these 3 questions. Make it stupidly clear. But for now, don't forget to check out that link in the description, because that's going to be really, really helpful for you. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.